Good evening, low riders and high rollers, and welcome to the SSRL Truck Series. That's the Spartan Sim Racing League, live from Las Vegas Motor Speedway, brought to you by Grid Vision. I am Joe LaCastro, joined in the booth as usual by Sheldon Atkins, and down in the truck by Austin Derbyshire. And we're about to bring you the best in iRacing, simulated NASCAR truck racing, the best you can find on YouTube, the internet, or anywhere. Sheldon, welcome to this week's race. How you doing?
Man, I'm excited. Really excited. Las Vegas always puts on a good show. This is a great track. Variable banking from the top to the bottom, which really opens up a lot of different lines, a lot of different options for these guys. You know, the progressive banking is probably one of the best things I've ever seen them put in one of these mile-and-a-half tracks, and wish they'd put it everywhere. But between that and the fact that this is a really coarse surface, you're going to see a lot of tire fade, a lot of exciting racing, and a lot of comers and goers through that.
Yeah, we've been looking. We've been watching this race now. We just had it. It just raced. This actual race happened just yesterday, so we're getting the sort of the encore presentation here. Why don't you take us through your keys to the race? You already started with that a little bit. Give us a little more about how to actually get around the track here.
Yeah, so keys to the race. Like I said earlier, you got multiple different lanes you can choose from here. All of them are viable to an extent for a certain portion of the run, but the most important thing you want to do if you're trying to be strong at that long run, which Las Vegas normally ends up being, you want to run her low and slow, right there by the paint, bouncing off the bumps through 1 and 2, down there on the bottom all the way through 3 and 4. You don't want to have too much slide in it. Don't want to have too much wheel put into it either. You just want to back her down and really creep your way, tiptoe through those corners to really maximize on your tires. Number 2, with this reduced fuel cell that they have here in the SSRL Truck Series, fuel saving is going to be integral here. Track is going to be cold. It's going to be gripped up with it being a night race tonight. There's going to be a lot of time where you can burn off a lot of fuel. So a big key for a lot of these guys is going to be to just back her down, try to save that extra 10, 15%, be able to get a little bit longer of a run in it. And to round it up, we're in Las Vegas, man. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Now, I tell you about how important low and slow is going to be the majority of this race, but you get a caution at the end of this thing, you've really going to have to sit there and think to yourself, do I go up to that outside line? Do I charge and try to get everything out of this thing, burn these tires off, and hope to be in the front at the end? Or am I going to play it safe? Am I going to run it low and keep her back down a little bit and hope to have the tires at the end when it matters?
Oof, you said it. I love the Las Vegas pun. It feels like it's necessary anytime we come to this track, and you picked a good one. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. This has been a treacherous track for some people here. As we get a quick look here at the conditions. Right now, the treachery isn't really in the environment. It's only 79 in the air, 80 on the track. Wind about 2 miles an hour, somewhere out of the south, and it's about 8 o'clock at night here in Las Vegas. So it's I've seen some wrecking here. And as you mentioned, there's going to be some aggressiveness toward the end when people are really trying to make up positions with some yellow flags. Let's talk about who we think is going to win. Something in my gut says Heath Snyder tonight, number 29. I think that he is going to cross the finish line in the first place. And yourself?
I'm going to throw a little bit of love to the 32 machine of, Lord, the name has Blair Holloman. Man, I'm tired tonight. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to throw a little bit of love to Blair Holloman, though, on the 32 machine. He's run good at these mile-and-a-halves earlier in the season. Been a little bit of a rough patch for him here as we get midway through the SSR Truck Series, but I think he's going to have a good, strong performance this evening.
And down in the truck, Derbyshire, Donnellan. All right, Gary Donnellan right now sitting number 3 on the grid, so a pretty good pick. I picked number 2 on the grid, to be fair. And it looks like guys are getting warmed up now. The warm-up period has officially started, so things are going to get kicked off here very soon. Folks, if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to Grid Vision. Glad to have you. If you're old veterans and fans, it's great to have you back. Be sure to interact with us through the YouTube chat. I'm going to try to pull that up here in my other window so I can keep up and chat along and try to interact a little bit here as the night goes on. So, did you catch any of the race yesterday there? Oh, no, here we go. The grid starting. I didn't know how far we were into the warm-up. Phew. All right. You ready to do this? Let's do it. Kicking things off. Cody Porter in your pole position. Heath Snyder, number 2. Number 3, Gary Donnellan, that pick down in the truck. Number 4, Evan Ethel. Number 5, Kyle Westwood. Number 6, Chad Gettingsman. Number 7, James Staples. Number 8, Colton Garner. Number 9, Drew Prohl. And number 10, Hunter Hughes.
In 11th place, we're going to have Joseph Tucker with Tony Jeffries to his outside in 12th. 13th is going to be Scott Schroeder with Christopher Fuge in 14th. 15th place is going to be Todd Parent, followed by JP Jones in 16th. 17th position, rolling off the grid, is going to be Tom Ringer with Scott Healy, last week's winner in 18th. 19th position is going to be my pick, Blair Holloman, and rounding out the 20 truck field tonight is going to be Art Nicotero.
Nice solid 20 cars top to bottom here. We're getting things ready to go as the grid is ready for the lap before the green. I'm excited for tonight's race. It's good to be back in the saddle here and seeing these guys lined up has got my blood boiling for a race.
Now, you were asking me about yesterday's race, and you best believe it. I sat there glued to that TV watching the 21 machine from the start of that race all the way to the finish.
And you were saying that was quite the story, right? Too.
Oh man, I was screaming. You know, that's the home state team for me. That's really the last of the teams that were originally based out of Virginia that still exist in the Cup Series, you know, bracket. So that's close to home. I've been by the original Wood Brothers shop when we made a family trip to Roanoke. He was
a bank teller, says Derbyshire. Is that right?
Yep.
Well, that's wild.
Yes, he was.
Well,
he spent 10 years. Well, probably more than that even. Just running late models, keeping the team up for Dale Jr. in the Cars Tour, which is long story short, he basically tutorialed and mentored a lot of the big names that you see in the Cup Series that have come through the JRM bracket. So it's good to see a good guy, you know, walk away with the hardware, and
love it.
You know, a pat on the back for all the hard work that he's put into motorsports his entire life.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's really, really great. So the story out of Sunday was that I unfortunately missed the race, but I'm going to be trying to keep up with things as things go here. Right now, the race I want to keep up with is the one that's in front of us here. We've already got a little bit of love in the YouTube channel. John Fuge saying, "Get it done, SMR, 14, 18, 21, and 68. Here they go, though. We are go, go, go on Grid Vision.
Good clean start up here for Porter. He's going to get about a truck length and a half advantage coming into turn number 1. Slipstream going to pull everybody back up to the bumper just a little bit here. As you see Donlin taking the inside line, putting a charge down. Heath Schneider, not a great initial start here for the 29 machine. He's falling back to 3rd, going to fall back to 4th.
Westwood staying tucked in there on the inside line, too. He's not going to give up that spot. He's in a perfect position. Oh, nope. He's going to go ahead and take the inside line. I think he's going to try to put it too wide right now. Yep. Too wide with the 12. He's just got a little bit on him. Maybe not enough, though. Keeping on that inside line is going to be difficult there. Woo! Almost contact between the 92 and the 12.
Yeah, Westwood looking good as he makes a charge to the bottom of the 04 machine of Porter for the lead down the back straightaway.
What a shot. Look at this angry pack of bees as they come charging around here. It's Porter in the front right now with Westwood right behind still. Westwood putting on a hell of a charge, though.
Westwood not going to be able to get to the quarter pound of the 04 machine here at the start-finish line. Cody Porter's going to lead lap number 3. Coming into turn number 1, though, here comes the 92 Westwood. He's got a huge charge here, and he's going to take it down to the bottom of the track and clear him before he even get out of turn number 2.
He's got it now. That, you know what? I think it was Cody Porter's line just left him a little bit open, and Westwood saw that as an opportunity, snatched it right out from under him.
And here comes Heath Schneider now to the bottom of the track, trying to get the move on the 04 machine. Got a little bit of an advantage here, but the hard tail coming into 1. It depends on how hard Porter charges it in. Porter going to back out of it. Here comes 29 machinist Schneider now up to the 2nd place position, and he's clear for the spot.
He's just about clear for the spot. Here's James Staples now putting it too wide with Cody Porter. Staples leading his own little line there on the bottom with Drew Prohl right behind him.
I'll tell you what we're seeing right now. You know, normally this place is a 2-groove. That outside line can make a lot of speed, you know, when you're in the cars with the bigger power and a little bit less drag, but it looks like in these trucks, that outside line just absolutely stalls you out.
Yeah, it's not been quite the same. The outside isn't the challenger here. It's more been the inside line that's been pushing and challenging each other a little bit here as Prohl moves down to the inside of Staples. Staples taking that outside line. We'll see if it ends up hanging him up, too, and hangs him out to dry, potentially.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get it. Staples, nice little hard charge here. Going to get by Prohl.
It worked for him.
Now, what I'm going to be curious about, we know that they've changed things with the track temperature, the way the track dynamically breaks itself in. We got the changes with the marbles. I'm going to be really interested to see how this track's groove widens, if it even does, once they get some heat down into these tires and some heat down into the asphalt.
Yeah, some of these more aggressive exits are going to get wider and wider as they try to maintain the speed and the momentum out of the turn into the straight, where they can potentially make that pass a little bit more easily. But yeah, I think time is going to have to tell on that one. I didn't watch the trucks race here, so I've not really had a lot of experience watching these guys versus the Cup cars. So this will be an interesting experiment for me.
And the trucks here are awesome. It's such a fun package. Gives a
I've
little bit of a lean towards a super speedway feel, but you still got to really get on the wheel and drive it once the tires start to fade. But you see right now that outside line is it's non-existent. No momentum to be made up there. Because the bottom is just so good. There's so much grip in the track, is how cold it is. If you get stuck up on there on the top side on fresh tires, you're going to go backwards, it looks like.
Man, and when we get some of these shots of them coming head on, and you can see the way that the inside line just sort of snakes its way up to the wall on the straights, it is an absolute testament to the skill of these guys, how they've been able to keep it together. Oh, very close right now. The 39 sitting on the tail of Drew Prohl there. That's Joseph Tucker almost making contact. He's really tight right now.
And Tucker just about got on the bottom. And here we go. A deep dive down to the bottom for Scott Healy. Trying to get position. The door gets shut on him, though, coming into turn number 3. And he rolls out of it to avoid getting into the back of the machine in front of him.
Not bad. Staples has not given up that outside line. He just wants to stay out there. I think it's working for him into some long-term plan, but without help, I don't know.
I think we've reached that plateau point now where the bottom line is going to start equating itself a little bit to that top line. Because you see the 24, these guys that get shuffled up to the top, they fell back real quick earlier on in the run. Now they're kind of able to stay up there and hang on quarter pounds. Staples gets in the wall. And net code contact between him and Donaldson. Donaldson goes through the grass.
Yeah, that was not a slam from him at all. That was definitely not. Yeah, it was wild what we just saw. Let's get a look at that and we can have a quick replay.
See the 24 machine up there on that outside line. He's going to get just a little bit tight, running in the dirty air of Drew Prohl up into the fence. And the predictive just showed all that going to the right front of the 12 machine, even though they didn't touch.
Yeah, it saw him going much further back than he did. Very, very good recovery on the 24, staying back without snapping too far. But
here we go. Battle for second. Drew Prohl down to the inside of Heath Schneider out of turn number 2. Big wobble out of the 80 machine, though. He's got the back tires lifted up by the 39 of Joseph Tucker down the back straightaway.
See if Tucker can stay out of the back of that truck and just let him have that battle. If so, he might be able to just run him down closer to the stage break here. We're looking at 35 for the stage break. Here we're on board with Drew Prohl right now with eyes on Heath Schneider.
Prohl's trying to get that 29 machine pushed up there to the leader, try to get Schneider and Westwood to battle it out so he can try and find a way to snake his way into the picture here. Prohl's got a pretty fast truck right now from the looks of it.
He really does. Yeah, he's snapping around. And I think he knows. I think that he knows that a battle usually works well for the car behind the battle. So, but he still is staying in there, and it looks like he's staying the aggressor in this situation.
Yeah, right up there into the pocket. 29 of Schneider having a little bit of a hard time trying to draw the bead on the 92 machine of Kyle Westwood. Westwood looking really stout out there in the clean air right now. You see him work his way into turn number 3.
Yeah, here we go.
What is it Boyer says? Holding a pretty wheel.
Pretty wheel. Yeah, I think this is the definition right here. Look at this line. Nice and clean down to the inside for the start-finish line. Up to the wall. Oof, within an inch of it. And a really good angle.
Wide arc. A real wide arc into turn number 1. Now, it's hit or miss as to how well that works. Some guys get up there and run that wider arc, and they really burn the tires off. Some guys are able to make it, more manageable. You got, guys like some of these cats we see riding around the back right now saving tires. They'll just come in there all the way on the paint, all the way through the corner.
Well, I guess we'll
So
have
many
to
different ways
see.
you can cut it here.
Yeah, I'd rather see where Westwood ends up in a couple of laps here. Once those tires start to see the wear and tear, at what lap does he start to touch the wall on that wide arc? You know.
One I'd keep my eye on those
Oop,
that 04
here-
machine of Porter.
And Pro looks like he just put it too wide for second.
Here we go. Pro down to the bottom now. And oh, Schneider just really squirrely coming out of turn number 4. But he's going to go for the lead with it.
Whoa. What a
We're gonna
move.
find
He
out.
just puts it up on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, is that outside line viable now that we got tires burned in a little bit here? Looks like the answer is going to be yes, as Heath Schneider takes the lead down the back straightaway and starts to inch further away from Westwood into turn number 3. He's got him clear.
Yikes. That's a situation where I have to wonder as Pro. Ooh, Pro into the wall. Recovery good, but now he's back down to the inside, maintaining second place there. I got to wonder, as Pro, how much help did you really want to give to the guy ahead of you? But he could use that momentum to get ahead of Westwood, and he did. And now just about everybody's getting ahead of Westwood.
Yeah, Westwood stuck down the bottom. It's an absolute reverse scenario from what we saw to start this thing out. Now these tires are heated up. You got to have the full access of the track to be able to make moves on the bottom. And when you got cars on your outside, you're just not going to be able to do it. And he's
Oh, we
coming down
got
pit
cars.
road. Westwood bringing it in.
Whoa, we got a few people coming down pit road, too. Westwood's hitting pit road. We've got
There's
the
Hunter Hughes.
18 also. Yep. Colton Garner's hitting pit
Donald.
road. JP Jones. This is it. This is the big brain move right here. This is the strat.
Cutting it just a little bit early here.
Yep, early to 35. Yeah, we're on 18. We're about halfway there. A little less than. Yeah, we're about halfway there.
Tell you what, man, Schneider's leading this thing, but I think Prohl's got the truck tonight. Look at him all over the back bumper. Schneider coming into turn number 1 with a deep dive down to the bottom to try and get the inside on the 29 machine. No, I don't think he's going to be able to have the momentum, though. That outside line, we saw it work so much better for everybody else, and yeah, there it is. It's going to stall out on the back straightaway.
Ooh, that
If he
outside
can get him
line.
in 3.
Is it switching back? Is the outside line going to start stalling out again?
I don't think so. I think that outside line's where you want to be, but taking that from Heath Schneider is going to be pretty difficult.
As we've just seen. Snyder with a car length on Prohl.
Prohl doing everything he needs to try and get a little bit of clean air to the nose of that truck. Try and keep that momentum up, keep them tires happy with him. And here comes Tucker into the picture, and look who he's bringing with him.
Ooh, Scott Healy. Hot on the heels of Joseph Tucker. They're making the inside line now.
Healy, when I think of mile and a half aces, I instantly think of that 64 truck. He has been so good every time they've gone to a Speedway this year.
It's definitely been a wonderful year for him in terms of handling those Speedway races, and now he's worked his way up.
Up in the
Prohl
fence,
into
Drew
the wall
Prohl hard
hard.
into the wall.
Yeah, that's a slowdown right there. I thought that was going to cost him more. Yeah, right. And together now. 1, 2, 3.
Sorry, I didn't take my medication tonight, guys. You got what you got here.
We both walked right into it, though. Hey, you know what? They're still fighting it out here. Scott Healy, Drew Prohl for second.
Yeah, Healy going to try and work that inside line. Now, that's somebody that I can guarantee you has been back there saving those right side tires as best he can. Driven all the way from the tail end of the field, just about shotgun, up into the 3rd position. Also got
Who else we got
Holloman
here?
with big moves, too.
Here we go. He's up 13 right now. Holloman is he's up to 6th place. So he's in pretty good. He's been making moves. So we'll have to see him up in the front very soon, I'm sure.
Well, sky is blue, water's wet, and Scott Healy and Blair Holloman are fast at a mile and a half. Here we go. Healy working the bottom now on the inside of Drew Prohl. Prohl up into the fence again.
He just loves it out there. He's got to stop doing that. That is just
Yeah,
go
here
every
it
time he
comes.
seems to get the momentum.
Healy cleared him down into turn number 1. And what's he got for Schneider?
He's gonna have to find something because Snyder's got he's got a little bit of a gap, about 4/10 on him, but that's going to be just enough to feel insurmountable without a little bit of help.
Yeah. Pole sitter, 04 machine to Porter, working his way back up. Saved as much as he could. Start the run out. Now here he is, working back into the picture up to 4th place, 5th place.
Yeah, I sit in 5th right now. He had to come down. We got a few more going into the pits right now.
It's like
More
Staples
crossing that line.
And getting out of
Holloman.
Hard to keep up with Holloman. He's changed that paint scheme a handful of times this year.
Yeah, he has. I was going to say, that's a fresh one.
Yeah, rocking the Trackhouse stripe on the door number now. Oh, up into the fence, I think, for Healy.
Was that Healy in the fence? Yeah. I look away for 2 seconds onto my timing sheet.
Was he signaling that he was pitting?
I don't think Healy is.
Yes, he was.
Wait,
he was
pitting.
signaling and spitting.
Okay.
That's old school. Means he probably doesn't have his mic turned on. There's your points leader. Gunningsman down pit road.
He's sitting 10th right now overall. This will shake things up, of course, but
I can tell you that. He ain't going to finish there. He always finds his way up at the end.
Yeah, we're going to see some movement. I'm sure we are. It's one of those things that we can add that to your list of your death and taxes list that you threw out earlier.
Ooh! Oh, what a round. Pro just about loses it coming on pit road, but oh, is he going to get busted for speeding? Or did he just have that good of an entry?
Well, he almost put the car sideways, so hopefully he burned off on speed doing that.
Yeah, he nailed the entry. That was classic.
Extremely well done. Current race leader, now pitting Cody Porter, which means that your current race leader is going to change again.
Now here's the question. Was Porter able to save enough fuel to make it to the end on this thing? Oh, wait, no, he's on pit road right now. What am I talking about?
Yeah, he just went down pit road, so it's
look up, Sheldon. Come on.
It's okay, Sheldon. Don't you worry, buddy. We got 7 laps to the stage here, so it'll be a quick yellow flag very soon. I got to give it to these guys. We've had guys bumping into the wall, but we haven't, and we've had a little bit of netcode contact, but we haven't had any. I'm going to say it. I'm going to jinx us. We haven't really had anything yet that's had to bring out the flags. These guys have been doing a fantastic job tonight, bringing us some of the best racing on the iRacing and straight into your eyes via Grid Vision. So thank you for watching, folks, and I hope you're enjoying the show.
Sorry for anybody at home picked that up. My daughter decided she wanted to commentate there for a second, too.
Oh, I wish we would have heard it. I couldn't hear anything. Put it back on.
Probably do a better job than me right now.
No. I don't want to put. I don't want to have to subject any of my horrible puns to any more people.
Yeah, no, please no. But currently, Kyle Westwood's sitting at the point with Gardner behind him. Gardner somehow finding his way through pit strategy up into the 2nd position. Run for the 21 machine so far.
Yeah, that worked out for him. We've had everybody go through the pits now, I believe, at this point. Looks like Art Nicotera did not take the field tonight. But it looks like everybody else has gone through the pits at least once. So.
Well, look right now, though. Look at how fast. In a couple laps, you're going to see just how drastically quick the 64 machine, Scott Healy, and the 04 Porter are going to really reel these guys in. And look at this. Porter is on the freshest tires in the field, and he is all over the back bumper of the 64 machine of Healy. This is the battle for the lead right here.
Very, very fast moving right now. And we'll see. The gap right now between Cody Porter and the front of the field is about 5 seconds he's got to make up before the end of the stage. And the stage is coming. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough, but they're going to be in good position to get in the top 5, at least get some stage points out of that.
I'll say, though, I think with this next pit stop, most of these guys, aside from the ones that pit earlier, are going to stay out and keep the tires they got on it because it's such a short stint. I don't know how many tire sets we have on deck right now. I can't imagine, a lot of these guys don't really like wasting that second set to start the stage. I think Porter's put himself in the catbird seat on strategy here tonight.
There are
As long as he
3
doesn't
sets of tires.
3 sets of tires, so a lot of these guys aren't going to want to take them here. And, well, one up into the fence, Porter. Caution's out, though.
Caution is out. I believe that
That is for stage.
Is that this for stage? That's early for stage, I thought. Oh, let me check. That the stage caution? The stage ends at 35. That was
lap 35.
all right. That's the stage. I was looking at my live timing and I was looking in the wrong spot. Sorry about that. But that's the end of the stage. Kyle Westwood crosses the line in first. Colton Garner in second. Hunter Hughes in third for your 1, 2, 3 of the stage. And we're going to take a quick commercial break here. We'll be right back with more live racing on Grid Vision.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Makoni.
With the launch of Makoni Entertainment and Makoni Competizone alongside Makoni Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MakoniSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Makoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Are you looking to add to your diecast collection? Well, visit GoatRacingDiecast.com. Explore one of the largest collections available with the options for pre-orders, new inventory, and the GOAT's personal collection for over 25 years. There's an option for every level of hobbyist. Ship direct. Personal custom diecasts are available. Shop the GOAT Racing merch store. And if you're a driver, apply for a sponsorship today. Turn your hobby into a passion and head on over and shop GoatRacingDiecast.com.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is.
Welcome back, folks, to the SSRL Truck Series. We are one to green. We're on that lap right now, coming round 3 and 4, getting ready to start things off again for the second half of this race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Oh, and we had a good first half of the race, too. Kyle Westwood out in front right now. He was your stage winner. There goes the pace car. We're getting ready. Here comes the restart zone, and we'll be seeing the fires get lit. There they go, and we are green yet again here on Grid Vision.
Outside line struggles to get a launch again like we saw at the start of this thing. Colton Gardner going to cycle back to third place, drop it down behind the 12 machine of Donnellan.
I think this is going to be a more aggressive start in general than we saw at the beginning
Man,
of the race.
huge block. Huge block from Gardner down to turn number 3. Just about got himself spun off the front bumper of the 04 machine of Cody Porter.
Woo!
You were,
Like I
you were
said.
talking about aggression, man. There it is.
Like I said, that aggression is going to start coming out, and I think that this was the place to do it. That 18, oh man, that Hunter Hughes happy St. Patrick's Day livery that we've got going on there has slid his way into 4th place. Holding on now as everybody gets strung out a little bit, but Hughes still pressing in on the 21, Colton Garner. Still, I think, looking to make a pass. We've only got a few people there. Who's hanging out on the outside there? Is that Staples still? Is that the 24? That is the 32. That would be
Holloman
Blair
right there.
Holloman on the outside, making his own little lane there. What's he know that everybody else doesn't right now?
I think what he knows is that he doesn't have an opportunity to get threaded back in with how strong that bottom is here at the initial start. Out up front starting to shake up. Westwood going to the outside of Gardner. This is for
There's
second
Donovan.
place.
Yeah, Donlin made the pass for the front, though. He's in the lead now. Westwood on the outside. He looks a little loose.
He got up into the grade there a little bit.
Now we got Donlin, Garner, Hughes, Westwood falling back now. Well, here we go. Here's the pass. Nice and clean. Yep, I was just thinking the same thing. Nice and clean.
Here comes Gardner, looking back down to the inside of Donlin here. Just barely going to edge him out, coming out turn number 2, and he's got Hunter Hughes in the 18 machine behind him. What's Hughes going to do? Is he going to stay in line, or is he going to try and send it? He's going to stay in line for now. That's going to give the race lead to the number 21 machine. Seems kind of familiar after the Cup race last night.
Yeah, pretty similar situation there. Colton Garner now leading this race. He's up 7 positions from where things started. Hunter Hughes up 8 positions. Also, Gary Donlin in 3rd where he started tonight's race. So he's tucked in exactly where things began for him. He's got only one direction to go from here, and that's directly through the 18 and the 21, though. He's going to have to get there. High on the outside right now, Blair Holloman still making that outside line try to work for him. He's now behind the 92 of Kyle Westwood. The 2 of them on the outside just trying to keep their own momentum up. Is he going to try to put it 3 wide, though? No. He's just trying to get clean air.
I'll tell you what, though, if I'm Holloman, I'm wanting to bring that thing back down to the bottom. Putting yourself in a massive disadvantage running up the top. So much more difficult to save tire, and especially what's most important right now is fuel. Slightly longer stint here to finish this thing off. Really going to make it difficult for him. He's going to put himself behind the 8 ball.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. We do have a longer stint here. We have another 40 laps to go, roughly, a little longer, 41, something like that. And so tire saving, gas saving, that's all going to start coming into play as we see the next round of pit stop strategies kick in.
Oh, one up into the fence way further back in the pack. Didn't quite get an eye on what truck that was, but it's some pretty hard contact.
Oof. If you're already that far back, it's not going to help you any.
We're looking at Tucker right in the bottom line, in line with Scott Healy and Drew Prohl, trying to get that position away from Cody Porter. Porter's stuck up on that outside line right now. Such a fast truck, just keeps losing so much track position here on the start of these runs. No, Prohl and Porter, a little bit of contact here at the start-finish line.
Did you get door to door? Yeah, just a bit.
Just a little touch.
Well, we've seen little touches so far in this race go a long way. In stage 1, there was a bit of a net code bump after a good recovery off the wall. Let's see no more of that, I hope.
Prohl caught the apron wrong and really shot himself up the track there trying to catch it. Here comes Porter back down to the inside line.
As they're still side by side, just working the both lanes, but Prohl not giving up the speed, not giving up the spot. Should say not giving up the attack, really, because that's what's going on here. He could give up the spot and slide right in front of Staples, but I don't think he wants to do it.
No, not at all. We've gotten to that point now where it's track position. Every second counts. Donlin a little squirrely there, though, battling with Snyder for third place.
That's his spot.
Donlin trying to come down and take the pinch. Send it back up the track to try and build that momentum. Here comes the 29 machine of Snyder, diving it back down, though, into turn number 3.
Wow, these guys are keeping it very, very close. They're not close enough yet for the side draft to really affect or really drag one or the other one down.
And we're at that point now where that outside line's going to start seeing the advantage over the bottom when you're side by side. Let's look at that. You see the 29 machine not able to make anything happen against the 12 of Donlin. Donlin stuck up there on the outside line, not able to make anything happen with the 29. Just a couple more laps for that top line, so we're going to come in on this set of tires. Also,
Yeah,
I'd like to take a look. There was so much talk about, you know, dynamic track changes and stuff. With the oval refresh here, I'd like to see what our track temps are right now.
That's a good question.
We start out at 79 degrees, 80 degree track temp. We're up, not a whole lot, but 3 degrees for a small field of trucks at night. The ambient temp's gone down 1 degree. It looks like the track's going through a little bit of a change here.
A little bit. Not bad. We're only about 21 minutes into the race. Not 21 minutes, excuse me. I was reading that entirely wrong. We're more than 21 minutes into the race, but we're far enough in that we would see some change. Ooh, big slide down to the inside a little further back. Good recovery. No yellow flag.
Snyder still trying to make something happen with the 12 machine and Donlin. Donlin fighting so strong on the bottom line right now, though.
Yeah, that fight is just not being given up. He does not want to do it.
Oh, and look at this. They brought friends with him. Here comes Holloman on the outside, and all the way down to the bottom on the apron is Healy.
Don't know where he thought he was going with that. He almost had the maneuver, but not quite. A battle for the lead is on, though. Here comes Hunter Hughes in the 18. He's making the pass. He's got it. Ooh, quick switch behind him as well as some more switching happens, some more passing going on. Hughes holding on to the lead. He's got Colton Gardner now chasing him down.
I'll tell you, Hunter Hughes, one in the fence. Holloman, huge checkup, and just about goes around to the 92 of Westwood as he was trying to avoid him. Donlin up in the wall again, though.
Unfortunate there. It's going to cost him. As out in front sits Hunter Hughes.
It's going to be a huge net loss there for the 12 machine. Hunter Hughes in the lead with Snyder now working the outside line around the 21 machine of Gardner. Look at that. Look at the little leprechaun on there.
Heath Snyder is trying to get that pot of gold.
Right now, he's just, Hunter Hughes is looking at that 29 machine. Hoping to God he doesn't get pinched too hard.
Well, yeah, right. With that color scheme, he's pretty screwed.
I mean, Snyder can't pinch him right now. He is driving green. The question is the driver's suit. Is he wearing green?
Hard
to see what to see.
I don't think so.
I think I see a green helmet. I might be wrong, though.
Fair enough. Hopefully he's covered all his bases. Let's just say that.
These drivers out here fighting for their lives, and I'm trying to find ways to roll St. Patty's Day puns in here. But you see the 18 going up to the outside line now, trying to take the line away from Snyder, try to get a little bit of dirty air on him and stall that momentum, that forward progress that he's been making behind him. And here comes Healy with a shot up to the outside line, trying to get to the right rear quarter panel of the 21 machine of Gardner.
And another move here. This is Heath Snyder.
Oh, deep dive.
Snyder on the inside.
Oh, a little bit of contact into 3. Snyder pushes him up the track a little bit, trying to get him up into the gray. And it's going to work, I think. But no, the 18 is going to fight back strong on the top rope.
He wanted to come down much sooner. He had to watch that move. Here comes Scott Healy now on the outside of Snyder.
Pressure is on for these guys now. Healy's up into the picture now.
Yeah, right. Healy, last race's winner.
I feel like, wasn't he the week before that too? I don't know.
I
Healy's
think
been on a hot streak here.
I think so. He's been doing really well. But he is, speaking of which, right now he's sitting second, up 16 positions. Snyder is down 1 from where he started, but he's still in the fight. And Hunter Hughes up in first. He's up 9 from where he started. Really good run for him so far as we're coming around and getting ready to start lap 59. So, folks, with that in mind, we're going to take one last commercial break here and get ready to bring you the end of tonight's race. So don't go anywhere. More Grid Vision is coming right up.
Goat Racing Diecast is the sponsor of the Royal League Goat Racing Diecast 150 at the Monster Mile. And now for the famous words of motorsports, hey Gabby. Driver, start, go, and go!
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Grid Vision. Joe LaCastro here with Sheldon Atkins and Austin Derbyshire, bringing you the Spartan Sim Racing League Truck Series Monday night from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We are on lap 62 of 85, approaching the 20-lap mark in tonight's race. And right now, the lead has been anybody's game. Heath Snyder is currently in the lead, but Joseph Tucker is right now, as I speak, diving to the inside and just trying to get a position to maybe challenge that and see if he can change the lead yet again.
And Tucker working his way in from seemingly thin air up here into the middle of this top 3 fight. 39 machine looking pretty well hooked up right now, but he's got a huge battle coming right now with the 64 machine. Scott Healy down to his inside. Oh, just barely clears him at the start-finish line.
He is fighting some of the hardest battles right now for a man in second. He's being directly challenged by third while directly challenging first. He's going to be juggling many, many different balls in this situation, and trying to keep them all in the air at the same time is going to be tough. Here comes that pit strategy that we've talked about a little bit, though, as some of the second pits or the third pits are going on now.
Race later
Drew
coming down,
Kroll.
Snyder.
Oh,
Healy
someone else
hard
going
into the
down.
wall.
That's Healy.
Oh, my Lord, what happened? Heavy
As you were
contact. That's going to be the
saying,
race end.
That's
for
the
him.
end of the race for Scott Healy for sure. Yellow flag is out. And let's go in the way back machine, take a little look, a little see at what went down there.
So you see the 29 machine diving down pit. Oh, Healy. I just don't think
Oh,
I don't think that he thought that Snyder was going to come down pit road.
he clipped him good. Wow. Wow.
Healy
That
taking
almost looks
full blame
delayed.
for that too, by the way.
Scholar and a gentleman.
Westwood's going to be done for the night too, just about as far as competition goes. He just came over the radio and reported that his wheel is completely 180 degrees upside down from where it should be sitting.
Oh no. That's 2 of the most promising racers we've had of the evening so far. Right at the 20 lap left mark. We're going to see them, unfortunately, more than likely out of action here. So pour it out for Scott Healy and Kyle Westwood. Hell of a race from both those guys.
That was Snyder. I think he hit
Oh, Snyder. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Snyder reported that he had about 23 seconds worth of damage to the right rear quarter panel of that machine. So it looks like they got it fixed up pretty well on pit road, but you never know. You get damage on that right rear quarter panel. It's a very sensitive area on the truck. It could cause a huge problem for him on a long run.
Well, everybody's got to come back out, shake that off, and get ready to finish things up here. We had just gotten back from our little break. We were getting ready to see this through the end. Now, to their credit, this was the first time we've had a shakeup that involved more than, that still only involved, I think, 2 cars. Did anybody else get knocked around in that? Not that I think of. Yeah.
Well, it
So
was 3. Snyder with
three
the,
that kinda got
the
involved, yeah.
contact, and then Hart, just terrible break.
And we're going to be getting things back ready to go very soon here, folks. I'm sure. Here's a quick
a little
replay.
bit for Porter, too. Just a little clip outside wall there. Because where he got hit on that quarter panel, that should have thrown him head on in. Lucky break for the 04 machine.
Very lucky. Very, very lucky. Lights are off in the pace car, though. They're coming around. They're going to get ready to go here pretty soon. We got the back straight first. For the cars that remain, we've got Joseph Tucker out in front. Heath Snyder still sitting in second. Gary Donnellan in third. JP Jones in third. Gary Donnellan in fourth. And Cody Porter in fifth.
Another one that's unfortunate. Holloman gets trapped a lap down because the caution came out where it did.
Getting trapped lap down is not ideal, but you got 20 laps to make it up. A little bit less at this point. We'll see how it goes, though. There goes the pace car. Here comes the restart zone. Hold your breath, folks. It's about to kick off yet again. And we are green yet again here on Grid Vision. Joseph Tucker, a good jump on the lead right now, a decent distance on Gary Donnellan. Donnellan holding on to the second place. He's going to have to start playing defense, though.
Oh, and huge block.
Snyder is right there.
Huge block. Here comes Heath Snyder coming up to the top of the track. Now try to get to the bottom of Donnellan. Donnellan blocked him all the way down to the apron. Now is Heath going to be able to find that outside line momentum? He's going to pinch him tight coming off of turn number 4, and they just about touch doors at the stripe.
Just about. Only counts in hand grenades and horseshoes, my friend. Thankfully, in this case, it did not netcode them like we've seen earlier, and they are still on their feet.
Oh, and here we go, 3 wide. Porter diving down to the bottom of the racetrack here, trying to get to the inside of Donnellan. Heath Snyder going to clear for second position, but here comes Porter with a huge charge on the inside, trying to get past the 12 and up into the fence. 2 trucks hard into the wall. The 32 of Holloman, I think that is. No, the 14. And the 18 of Hunter Hughes.
Yeah, Hughes really ate the wall on that one. It was not ideal, and now he's bleeding speed left and right. Side by side still, it's Colton Gardner in the 21 machine. Scott Shorter in the 74. Up in the front. At 14 of JP Jones.
Hughes diving down to the inside of JP Jones through 1 and 2. JP's been pretty quiet tonight. We don't want to get to talk about him a whole lot, but running pretty strong up here in the 7th position. Good run for him this evening.
Yeah, up 8 from where he started. Uh-oh.
Contact between him and Hughes. That was almost a slam into the wall.
And these guys have been all kings of almost in most circumstances. It's been very impressive. They know their vehicles.
Also, guys, I found Elvis.
You did?
Take a good hard look at the hood of the 68 machine of Christopher Fuge. That's where you're going to find him.
Hey! There he is, the man himself.
The man, the myth, he's still alive. He's at Las Vegas Motor Speedway right now, currently in turns number 3 and 4.
Yes, he is. He's tearing it up. Lap 74 out of 85. We're almost to lap 75 here, folks. If you've been enjoying the race, go ahead and give us a shout. If you haven't been enjoying the race, give us a shout anyway. Still love to hear from you, as we've got Joseph Tucker in the lead still. A lot of action up front during the stage 2 here, but things are a little bit calmer right now at the lead. Heath Snyder tucked into second. Might be looking to make that a 2-wide situation, though.
I'll tell you what, before we get any deeper into this thing, man, I got to give a huge shout out to Tucker. Always up there in the picture every week, week in and week out. Always putting together good drives, good top 5, top 10 performances. Just never really has the luck. You know, he's had speed to get up there and really contend with these leaders, but hasn't had the consistent enough luck to be able to keep himself up into that fight when it matters. Tonight, 10 laps to go here at the stripe. It could be his opportunity. Joseph Tucker putting together one heck of a performance and making it real difficult for Heath Snyder and Cody Porter to really do anything with him. Just 10 more laps, 10 more, you know, perfect laps, and he could be sitting here on top of it.
Yep, that's very true. If things are going, things have a feeling, I have a feeling, excuse me, that things are going to go the way they're going right now. Ugh, that was hard to say. But I think you're right. There's a very good chance that things will go the way they're going right now, because Tucker is putting on a bit of a clinic in how to hold on to a lead when you got a guy close enough to you. And part of that is, great, he's got a guy behind him. It's going to keep him just as distracted as you are. So I think that Joseph Tucker is in a great position to hold on to this lead, but I also secretly think that Heath Snyder is just a coiled snake in the grass, waiting for that last lap or that last lap and a half strike.
We all know that Heath Snyder is a rocket. The one that I'm also keeping my eyes on, though, is that third place machine of Cody Porter. We know how fast that truck is and how good it is at the end of a long run. These guys could be up here chasing after the fool's gold, and Cody Porter could just have a little bit extra in the tank to get the job done tonight. But here comes Heath Snyder trying to set up a pass, trying to find that momentum to get a position to get to where he can get to the quarter panel of Joseph Tucker. Not able to do it here in 3 and 4. We'll lose a little bit of time here, actually. Not a good corner for Heath Snyder there.
Yeah, not quite. No. Down past the apron goes Tucker. Snyder stays above it. Just trying to
Tucker,
specify his nice.
Tucker's using every tool he's got in the book right now. Air blocking, cutting the apron, all of it. And you see right there, the 29 machine gets a little bit tight coming out of turn number 2. Here comes Cody Porter diving down to the inside line into turn number 3, and he's going to take over the second spot. But is Snyder going to be able to set him up with the undercut?
Oh, that's a good question.
Not quite.
And we'll see how Cody Porter handles being in a solid second place spot here. Of course, I think he'll do a fine job. But his main goal is to chase down that 39 and put him out of his misery.
I don't know how miserable the 39 machine is right now sitting up there at the point, but Cody Porter is trying to put him down.
Can he do it?
I do know Tucker needs to start to come in off of that apron, because you can see there the momentum's really getting killed now when he goes down there under the line. That's a block here. Porter going to take a deep dive down to the bottom. A huge block from Tucker. Knows he can't defend it. Here comes Porter to the inside into turn number 3 with just 5 laps to go.
That was really something. These guys are neck and neck, door to door.
Porter wasn't able to make it stick, though. That's huge for Tucker. That means that Porter's going to try and find a way to stage it up here again. He's going to go a little bit higher now, trying to build the momentum. Going to try the crossover coming out of turn number 2. But is Tucker going to be able to defend? He tapers down to the bottom, trying to throw a little bit of a block, a little bit of contact down into turn number 3.
Ooh, is he trying to bait a block out there?
Tucker's still holding strong. Here comes Porter on the outside line. Tucker's He's going to slam the door. So at the point, you hear that little bit of wheel spin there. No 4 machine has the tires lifted up coming into turn number 1. Oh. About to throw a huge block here, and he does it down the back straightaway. But here comes Porter to the inside.
And Porter's got it side by side right now with Joseph Tucker for the lead. Porter with the momentum as they enter the turn.
Here
Oh,
comes the side
contact.
draft, a little bit of contact.
That contact
Banging
not
doors.
enough, though. Wow,
2 laps to go here at Las Vegas. Tight pinch. Porter just about loses it coming in turn number 1, but gets the drive and the charge. He's going to take the lead. Here comes Tucker trying to set up a crossover, but it's not going to be enough. Cody Porter is in control of this thing down Nellis straightaway with 1 lap to go on the horizon.
All right. Let's see what we got here. Last lap. Cody Porter out in front. This is going to be it, I think. The white flag is out. It's been a hell of a race so far, too.
Three and out of 4.
Yeah, Joseph Tucker, does he have anything in him? No, I don't think so. It looks like it's going to be Cody Porter taking the win here at Las Vegas with Joseph Tucker in second, Heath Snyder in third.
I'll tell you what, that is so heartbreaking for Joseph Tucker.
Yeah, I
To
thought
be
there was going to
leading,
be just a little
to be-
more there.
To be leading just shy of the last lap and just not have enough to get it done. But, man, he did everything he could behind the wheel to try and keep that 04 machine at bay. Huge hats off. You know, normally I don't give so much congrats to second place. Man, Tucker drove one hell of a race. But Cody Porter, man, he did exactly what I was calling earlier. He saved everything he had and put together that strike with just a handful of laps. That 04 machine was bad fast tonight.
It was. It was bad fast in qualifying. It was bad fast on the track. He had to outdo everybody in the second half of this race, battling it out for the lead through pit stops, through wall bumping, through a yellow flag. It was a gauntlet for Cody Porter, and he still ran it and still came out on top. So massive congratulations there to the 04 of Cody Porter. All right,
Trying
we're
to
gonna
get my
run
heart
things.
rate down after that.
Yeah, right. We're gonna try. We're gonna see. I think that Cody Porter probably is too. Let's do the unofficial results here. Break things down. The whole 20-car list. First place, Cody Porter. Congratulations. Second place, Joseph Tucker. Third, Heath Snyder. Fourth, Gary Donnellan. Fifth, Drew Prohl. Sixth, James Staples. Seventh, Christopher Fuge. Eighth, Chad Genningsman. Ninth, Evan Ethel. And 10th, Colton Gardner.
11th place, we got JP Jones, followed by Todd Parent. 13th is going to go to Scott Schroeder. And we're starting to work ourselves in from Sin City to Heartbreak City here. 14th, after a strong run today, just didn't materialize the way he wanted it to. Hunter Hughes, followed by 15th place, Tom Ringer. Tony Jeffrey's going to bring home 16. And then the Heartbreaks of the night going to be Kyle Westwood, 17th. 18th is going to Blair Holloman. And 19th, after such a dominant performance, Scott Healy. And rounding out the 20 truck field is going to be Art Nicotera.
That's
What
it
a
for
race,
your-
man.
Yeah, that's it for the list. We had a really we had a solid first part of this race, man, but the second half of this race I think is where it really lit up. And we saw these guys start to battle it out in a way that it just exemplifies the kind of competition that you get out of a great SSRL race. And we got the best out of that tonight here in Las Vegas from these guys. I think we're gonna take a quick commercial break before we do interviews. We're gonna go straight to interviews. Let's do interviews right now. Yeah, we already did the commercial break earlier. Let's see. Oh, we got everybody here already. Wonderful. Okay. We're gonna start things off by talking with Heath Snyder here. We'll do third place, and we'll move up from there. Heath Snyder, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hey, congratulations on that third place, my friend. You started off in second, and you had to keep it up a hell of a race. You and Cody Porter both, you guys started toward the front of this race, and you had car after car battling you as this race went on. You had a couple of wall bumps there too. You fell back a little bit. Tell us what was going through your mind through some of this race. Just there was so much going on.
Main thing I was thinking of is how can I get the tightness out of this dang truck? That's what was starting to kill me long run.
Is that something that you were able to do over time? What was it something that you said ended up fighting for more of the race?
It got better after I threw the kitchen sink at it with the springs, but near the end there I was just pushing as hard as I could to try to get by him, and unfortunately that burned up the right front more than I wanted and started to fall off, but it was a good race up front.
Yeah, we were talking up in the booth a little bit about how tire wear was going to come into play here, and it sounds like that might have affected you a little bit too there, but you still managed to hold on. Great job getting that third place. Is there anybody you want to thank or give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, shout out to the boys back at ESC. We put a lot of work into the setup this week and came a long way from where we started, and I'm looking forward to what we put together for Homestead. I think we're going to have a good set there too.
Well, very good. Thanks for your time tonight, and we look forward to seeing you race again very soon, my friend.
All right, thank you guys, and thanks for the broadcast.
Of course. Take care now. All right, that was Heath Snyder. Are you ready to talk to Joseph Tucker, Sheldon?
Absolutely. Let's bring him on in. Hey, Joseph Tucker, Sheldon Atkins up here in the Grid Vision booth. Just want to sit here and talk to you about tonight's performance. Dude, you were on it, man. That last stage, those last 15, 20 laps, we didn't even talk about y'all race, and then all of a sudden, there you were. Walk us through the strategy, how you got yourself into the picture there at the end, because you just about have this thing on lock.
I was just waiting for Heath to go in, and then the caution really didn't save me at all. I probably would have had a good strategy, still probably would have came out third, but I don't really know. I think the caution kind of threw everyone's strategy off, so I just took 4 and pushed it.
Well, man, walk us through those last couple laps, because you had a really heated battle with Cody Porter to finish this thing off. What is there a specific moment where you'd kind of like to go back and have a redo, so to speak? Because, man, I know it stings, getting that close and putting together such a good performance.
Yeah, I probably would have redo 2 to go. We don't even know what happened. All I did was get tossed up the track, and it's not Cody's fault. I think it's my fault for turning, but I would just want to redo the last 2 laps and finish side by side with Cody, because we were going to make that close. That was actually going to be a pretty fun race for the end.
Oh, man, you guys gave us one heck of a show there to finish this thing off. Another great race from SSRL. And, man, every week it seems like you just find like an extra little, 5%, little extra 10% once we get into the later stages of these things. And, I don't think it's a decent or a difficult call to sit here and say that it's expected that you'll be able to start knocking back a bunch more of these race wins. But, who all do you want to thank for this performance tonight? Because it was a good one.
I want to thank my mom, my dad, Right Turn Rapture, the scheme, Jesse Tucker Realtor, Also Intent Racing, Drew, Gary. They're fun to race with. Sherwin Williams, Mission 22, and SSRL for putting on a great league, and you guys for broadcasting.
Well, Joseph, we thank you for coming up here and talking with us tonight, and looking forward to seeing you on the track next weekend.
Yes, sir.
So you bring the excitement with you.
Yes, sir.
And we'll hand it over to Joe LaCastro here with race winner, Cody Porter.
Very good. Here we go. Cody Porter, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations on the gold medal tonight, my friend.
Thank you.
It was a really, really well-run race. You went from first on the qualifying to first in the race, and we were just saying that you had to run a real gauntlet to get there. You worked your way all through the field, through the course of the night, through the pit stops to get back up to the front. Did you have the confidence going into this? Well, on the pole, did you think I've got this locked up?
I did at the first. Well, to an extent, I tried a kind of a different strategy at the start, try to save a little bit of fuel, see if I could go the whole stage. About 10 laps into, I realized there was no way in heck I was going to make it. So I decided I was going to save tire, just let everybody go by me, burn up their stuff, and then towards the end of that little stint, I started pushing. I was able to get back up to I think like third before we all started pitting, and I'm finishing, I don't know, top 5 in the stage. And then the next stint, I did the same thing, just a little bit more aggressively, saving tires, stay up towards the front that time. And I had a feeling that I could maybe get a pretty big lead towards the end of the race if no cautions came out, which one unfortunately did, but it still worked out in our favor either way. So I'm happy with how it turned out.
I'll say it did. You had Joseph Tucker chasing you down there at the end. Were you feeling any wear and tear on the car by the end of that race? Did you think Tucker might have had a chance?
No, I feel like I had a pretty good long run truck. I didn't have a short run speed at all. I didn't dial it in by any means. I know I wanted a long run truck, and that's what I tuned it for. And I was just saving as much as I can. And I knew if I watched him and he really pushed hard, and I knew if I get up there and pass them, I can just run away with it. And I think I got by him in the last lap, so I wasn't really too worried about him. But he was pretty quick, so it was fun.
Yeah, you guys had I was saying it, you had a hell of a race. And congratulations again on that win. Are you looking forward to Homestead?
It's not my favorite track, but it is a fun track. So a little bit, yes.
All right. We'll leave it at that. Well, thank you for your time. Is there anyone you would like to give a thank to or a shout out to?
I got to thank Aller Speed, Speedco for the setups. I got to thank you guys for the broadcast and thank the guys that put on this league. It's awesome.
Well, thank you. Then thank you. Much appreciated for your time tonight. And we'll look forward to watching your race next week.
Thank you. You guys have a good one.
Yeah, you take care. And hey, that's going to do it for this week's race from SSRL Truck Series at Las Vegas. Sheldon, how you feeling after this one?
Like I said, it's going to take a minute for the heart rates to come down. What an incredible finish, and what another great race, man. SSRL, these guys put on a great show. Doesn't matter what track we go to. They're excited to come up here in the booth and sit down and call another one of these next week. And man, Homestead, we get lucky here. We get two of the best tracks on the service back to back here.
And I will foreshadow that I will not be here next week, unfortunately, but I will try to tune in and enjoy that race from a distance. This week's race has been, as usual, a wonderful presentation. I've really enjoyed watching SSRL week after week, and we hope you have too, folks. So once again, thank you guys for tuning in. We've had a few people in the chat there saying hi, and thank you for doing the shout outs there. Art Nicotera was in the chat. Sounds like he had some hardware issues which prevented him from racing tonight. Sorry to hear that, Art. We hope to see you back out next week. So once again, from the entire Grid Vision team, we'd like to thank you for watching and for participating. For more information on getting your league broadcast or starting your career in broadcasting, just contact us on Facebook, X, or email us at info@gridvision.live. Congratulations to the race winner tonight, Cody Porter. And for the Cody Porter at Las Vegas, this has been Joe LaCastro, Sheldon Atkins, and Austin Darbyshire. We will see you next time on the grid.